and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 560. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. As always, we're joined by Wombat.
That's it.
It was so hard getting past the ad and intro that I didn't dare introduce anything else.
Other than my name, it works.
Yeah.
The lodestar of the podcast.
Hey. Wow, getting political.
I don't even know what lodestar means. It was a
I don't
Sega CD
either.
game. I know that.
I thought that was the character from Spaceballs.
That's about as political as I get. Is I don't know what lodestar means.
I assumed that it was a typo.
Lodestar.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody. I don't think we want to, dive into the political waters.
The only man who would dare give me the raspberry, Cheapy D.
I don't even know what that's from. Is that Spaceballs?
It's Spaceballs.
I haven't seen that in so long. That's
You
time
should
for
watch it. I'm pretty
reviewing.
sure it's on every streaming service.
Probably holds up, I'm thinking.
You know what? Ty would probably like it because he's seen the Star Wars movies.
Mm-hmm.
So he would probably enjoy it. It's a movie you guys can watch together.
I could make it happen.
I know you can. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Especially
and then
now.
it's something you could talk about on the show next week. How you guys watched it together and how Ty hated it.
No, he likes everything.
Yeah.
He's never really watched the movie and said, "Oh, I hated that." It's really, does it get an 8, 9, or 10? That's pretty. And is it his new favorite
that
movie?
He would think we're slow.
Be interesting.
Maybe. I don't know if he's ready for that suck and blow humor.
We ain't found shit. I saw that movie in the theaters. I was his age.
Were you ready for suck and blow humor?
No, probably not. But I saw it in the theater. I was his age and I loved it. So
I remember my dad explaining to me the joke in Airplane 2 where they had to blow the computer and they were talking about blowing the computer and you see the computer smiling.
We gotta blow rock.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember I didn't get it. And I remember when my dad explained, I asked my dad about the joke and I wish I really didn't.
So your dad explained it to you?
What's that?
Your dad just straight out just told you about blowjobs at that point?
Well, how old was I? When did that movie come out?
I want to say that movie came out
Before I was born.
I'm going to say
I'm old.
85?
82 it came
82.
out.
Okay,
But
so
I'm sure this was on cable, so I don't know when it was on HBO back then.
Yeah, that sounds like... I think I know it was on cable a lot in the 80s. More than probably Airplane 1.
Oh,
So-
Airplane 2, yes. Airplane 2 was on cable nonstop.
Yeah, I was saying, it was probably cheaper to get than Airplane 1.
Right. So it's hard for me to actually date when that actually happened.
I
But-
understand.
It's all a learning experience. Somehow.
Sure.
Anyway, we had Osaka Grandma staying with us for the last week or so.
Oh, how was that?
It was really good.
Nice.
They went to the U.S. Open, Mrs. Chibi and her mom. She's, there's a couple of good Japanese tennis players right now, and they're doing very well in the U.S. Open, and Osaka Grandma is a fan of them. So she was watching a lot of tennis in the house. She was very glad that I had my dad's cable login so we could watch ESPN everywhere.
You also have a cable box and cable.
But it was so much easier to not have to do that and just log in. And then she could watch any match you wanted. And no commercials. Well, I guess no, they had commercials.
Yeah.
But she stayed up till 2 a.m. or something watching somebody hit the ball. Not a Japanese person. But it was a good visit. We went to the MoMI and we caught the very end of the exhibit that my PlayStation 3 unboxing video was in. So it was good to
Did you just stand next to it so people could
Yeah.
come up and say, "Is that you? Is that you?"
I tried, I took a picture there and I tried to keep it on the DL, but there were actually a lot of people there and, I was with my son and he was not very subtle about it. And so I was embarrassed mostly, but I tried to enjoy it.
You should have gone to Adventureland with me.
No, I don't think that would have went well, but I it's nice to be able to impress your mother-in-law with like by being in a nice museum.
Your art.
My art. And her daughter's art, because her daughter was the camera woman.
Oh, yeah.
Family affair.
So this was a big deal. I mean, I got a hug at the airport.
Has that never happened before?
I'm not sure. I think it might. She's not very like hands-on. It could have been like. I feel like it might have been. Well, maybe not the first time, but maybe the first time in a while. I don't know.
I get it because my mother-in-law also not a hugger. My father-in-law is. Mother-in-law no.
And it was just me and her because the other, I took her to the airport this morning. Ty's first day of school and Mrs. Chibi back to work. So yeah, I got a hug. So I felt pretty good. I guess she had a good time. We delivered. I think it was the TV in the guest room with the.
Did she grab your butt?
Is
there a butt grab with it?
She did not grab my butt.
Then it wasn't that good.
We did. When we picked her up at the airport when she first arrived, we went right to dinner at Bigelow's. The famous fried clam place, and it's just counter seating there.
TripAdvisor's #1 restaurant in Nassau County. Yes,
that's really true, huh?
That's what they. At least when I went to look at it, that's what they said.
Okay. So, and we sat down at the counter, and I noticed that Osaka Grandma was sitting right next to a guy who was open carrying a pistol of some sort. I didn't really get like a great look at it, and I didn't want to make a big fuss about it. I know you don't see that too often here on Long Island. You've seen that a couple of times, Wombat. I know I've seen it on your Twitter.
On my, what was it? On Sunday, I saw a giant pickup truck with Trump stickers all over the back and a full-sized Confederate flag on a flagpole stuck in the back, waving in the back.
Nice. Did it have no truck nuts?
It probably had truck nuts. It just seeing a Confederate flag in the North, I feel is weird.
It's just saying like black people stay away from my truck.
It's kind of crazy. Crazy. That's the word I'll use.
Yeah. So Osaka Grandma got to sit next to a guy with a gun, and I know she's never done that before. I knew that wasn't. She didn't even notice. I told her after. I didn't want to freak her out, so I waited till after she had her fried clams or oysters. I think she had.
Sure.
But it was a good trip. Nobody. They do a lot of drinking. Osaka Grandma and daughter when they're here.
That doesn't surprise me.
And I just go play video games.
That's kind of like what it's like when my wife and my mother get together.
They're drinking wine, probably.
Yeah, they drink a lot of wine. Or vodka. Sometimes it's vodka.
And a lot of talking.
And a lot of talking really loudly. And they get just hammered.
Yeah.
And I just sit on the couch. Because there's nothing else I could do.
See, the nice thing, I'll tell you like the pros of having a Japanese mother-in-law, or at least the one that I have, is she's a very small footprint, literally and figuratively, when she comes to visit. She's a small woman. She doesn't complain a lot or do anything or, speak a lot. She's not noisy. And she goes to bed at 9 o'clock. So it's very low impact, very low carbon footprint inside my house. So she's a great guest. They just, that's great. What else we got here? Oh, I bought myself a birthday present because my birthday's next week. I think you'll.
It's on the 9th?
It's on the 9th, just like the Dreamcast. It's easy to remember.
Yeah.
I bought what is it called? I bought like a smart back, a smart posture thing that you put on your back and it connects to your smartphone to get you to have good posture.
That sounds like someone laughed at you when you bought it.
No, I did it on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
I saw an Instagram ad. I feel like Instagram ads are very effective on me lately because I bought the DC Universe subscription because those ads were in my face. And they're still in my face even though I bought the fucking subscription. And this smart back thing, I forgot what's Upright it's called, or Upright Go. So it's $80. You stick it to your back, and I guess I don't know what you do actually because it hasn't come yet. But I'll let you know next week. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the next face wash scrubber thing. This could be good though, because for tall people, we have bad posture because we're always crouching down to talk to you short asses.
So you have to stick this thing to your back every day?
I don't think you do it every day. I think there's some exercises that it has you do. So like a certain, like, I don't know. I'll let you know next week. It's definitely not something that you're supposed to wear every day. There's an app that you put on your phone, and then it leads you through a program sticking this thing to your back like a fucking cyborg. So I'm excited to have good posture and look like a moron with this thing stuck to my back.